What's up? I like this little, I borrowed this ring from my friend because it's getting dark early, but I like this, kind of feels like I'm an alien, right? Ow, it's hot, man, it's hot. And then you can kind of you do like this. Wow. Ah! Like, another Nikola Tesla kind of a thing. Hi, my name is Alden Olmsted, and thanks for tuning in this week. Some parts of them are funny, so that's what I'm hoping, that this can be both. So this video is my top 5 life lessons from a car lot that would have helped us in 2020 and maybe hopefully will help you in 2021. So I'm going to keep this going pretty quickly. I'm going to tell you about a book that I found right before the pandemic and the lockdowns. It really helped me, really took a lot of anxiety out, because in a weird way it did kind of predicted that something big was coming right around 2020. It really did. And it's a thick book. You can see it's a thick book, but it's worth reading, and it's called Generations. Covers all the generations from the beginning of America to now. They coined the term millennial generation, among other things, and it's written by William Strauss and Neil Howe. I just think this book is amazing. And knowing that a big societal conflict was going to happen around every 80 to 95 years. So American Revolution, the Civil War, the Great Depression and World War II, and then boom, something around 2020. Knowing that something was maybe coming, it just really helped. Once it started to happen, everyone that's following these guys were like, oh, so this is it. This could be it. It probably will last longer than just a few months or a few years, unfortunately. I don't know. But I'm just saying it helped me in a lot of ways. So that's it. So let's get started. I will tell you, I was a used car salesman and new cars as well for a Buick GMC Hyundai dealership. There's about 20 lessons, I think, that I learned on the car lot that are all good. But these are just the top 5. So here's the top 5. And I think these are great, great, great lessons. Number 1. Never read the newspapers, especially if the newspapers are claiming that auto sales are down. So what that means is, if the news is saying something that is challenging, is going to make your job or livelihood or peace of mind more challenging, don't read the news. And my goodness, I think in 2020, we all learned this. There's only so much doom and gloom you could take. Even people that were pro-lockdown and pro-mask and pro-worry and pro-fear, whatever, I think everyone realized at some point, look, you got to get outside, you got to take care of your own family, and maybe you can't do much else. But I do remember being in the lunchroom one time at the car lot, and there was a big headline that said, auto sales projected to be down in the first quarter, and my sales manager walked in, saw me looking at it, ripped it up, threw it away, and said, Alden, never read the newspapers, especially if they got a crappy headline like that. And I ended up having a great month, actually, that month. And it doesn't mean that auto sales might not be down, but auto sales down 1%, or whatever industry you're in, still means there's a way to, you still have to worry about yourself, and you still have to make money for yourself. And as we saw with these lockdowns, if you were all doom and gloomed out, you would have missed a lot of opportunities. The stock market crashed, and if you were ready to get in, there was a lot of ways, as I think all of us know, from Jeff Bezos to a lot of other people, saw their wealth grow hugely during this pandemic. So there's always a way. Don't believe the hype, especially when it might hurt you. Number 2. How do you know when a salesman is lying on the car lot? When their lips are moving, right? Actually, on the car lot, we used to say, how do you know when a customer's lying? And their lips moving. I know, we really did. But sometimes the customers don't know what they want. But I think in 2020, what we learned is, how do you know you could supplant this word newscaster or politician as lying? When their lips are moving. Unfortunately, we all, I think, now have to take what is said with a grain of salt and know that everyone's got an agenda, and it's just the way the world works. Number three. Look at how cool that is. Balloons sell cars. It's true. I wouldn't believe this if I didn't see it for myself. It would be a slow day, maybe a Thursday, like at 11 o'clock. Nobody out on the car lot. You can picture it just, garbage music playing in the background. And my sales manager would look out on the lot and he'd say, Alden, go grab some balloons, grab Chris, grab Joe. Let's get some action going out here. Let's blow some balloons up, lift up some hoods, move some cars around. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Balloons aren't going to sell cars. People aren't going to go, oh, balloons. But you know what? You start checking out the cars. Maybe you see a used car that's got a flat, needs or needs a wash. You get out there, you're doing something. Maybe only one legitimate customer comes to the lot that day, but if that's your customer and you get that sale and you make $800 or $1,000 from that one sale, you're pretty convinced that balloons sell cars. But the point is, I hope you already know that activity breeds activity. And so in a year like 2020, we saw a lot of people getting down in the dumps or, just losing momentum for activities. And it was kind of a momentum sucker when you find that things aren't happening. It's kind of like, what's the use of planning? But it really is true that especially in a year like that, and maybe 2021 and beyond, we're going to have to keep the momentum going however you can do it. And sometimes it might mean putting some balloons on used cars, even if there's no customers out there when you do it. Number 4 is, I'm going to have to look at my notes. Sorry. Oh yeah. Woo, let's get the focus light again. Oh, I love number 4, the retail customer is the happy customer. So this was one of the first lessons I learned on the lot, and I didn't understand it at first. Somebody comes in the car lot, they grind you for 6 hours on the price. They're wanting some extras thrown in. The floor mats are dirty. It's a used car. The sales manager says, no, we're not paying for floor mats. They grind you for another hour. They get floor mats. Murphy's Law, that customer that's so worried about price and so worried about whatever's going to go wrong, Murphy's Law, that if something's going to go wrong on that car, especially a used car, it will go wrong on that customer. Whereas, flip side, the retail customer, the customer that pays basically full price, doesn't mean they don't want a good deal. It just means they found the car or truck they want. There's the price. Let's pay for it. Let's get out of here. It just seems like the crap doesn't happen to them, that they don't need to spend hours on tech support, because it seems like their happiness is not determined by, they're not assuming that everyone's out to screw them. And so the retail customer really is the happy customer. And actually, I don't know how that relates to 2020, but it's a good lesson. And maybe you can think of it and let me know in the comments. But let's keep moving. Number 5. This is actually my best lesson I learned, the best single lesson I learned on the car lot that I still use in every walk of life and in the movies that I've made, the book that I just finished. Number 5, top 5 lessons from a car salesman. There's always a way. Customer comes on the lot, they like the car, they took it for a test drive, they say, you know what, give me $500 off and we're good. Everything's going smooth. They know their trade isn't worth much. Trades usually aren't worth much. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, what happens? You know the story, because you've probably been on the car lot. They got to go to the dentist. How did we forget that we had a dentist appointment today? Oh, Alden, I'm really sorry. We got to pick up our kid. We forgot that our kid is not with us, is waiting for us at the school. Our check, our down payment check. Oh, that's not coming in until a month. Yeah, Alden, we can't buy today. There's always a way. My sales manager would come in and would hand the keys to the person with a straight face and say, go to the dentist in your new car. Go pick up your kid at school in your new car. And I would sit there thinking, this guy is so ballsy. No one's going to buy this. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, they bought it. They came back with a kid or 2 kids, and they bought the car. And I learned that if the car is there and it just needs to be a different color, we'll get it from a different dealership. There's always a way. If their money is coming in next month, we'll call the bank and ask when the last day is that we can put the down payment in. There's always a way. And that single lesson has helped me overcome so many things in life where you just become somebody that isn't flustered by any objection. And it's not to be a jerk, but it's just to keep rolling around until you find the solution. And it really is usually out there. 99 times out of 100, the solution is out there, and you can sell that car today. And let's face it, folks, I really would like you to have this car today. And you'd like to have it today, too. You don't want to come back to the car lot. Come on, nobody wants to. So that's it. 5 lessons from a car salesman on 2020 and maybe 2021. I hope you're having a great week. And as I said last time, I think if you thought that the calendar changing over to a new year was somehow going to change things, I hope you're not disappointed, but I don't really think it's gonna. I think we're going to have to fight for sanity and truth in this world that we're in. And I probably do need to bring more humor. So next week I will show you how to buy a car and how that relates to dating and relationships. And I did it in a stand-up situation in Los Angeles once. So I do know that people did laugh. I mean, it was a small club, but I did get a few laughs from it. So that's going to be next week. My name is Alden Olmsted. Hope you have a great week. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm still figuring out what this is going to look like, but, it's kind of fun. So peace out. Happy MLK Day.